The shriek of a creature pierced the air as Captain Emily Hayes and her team landed on the hostile planet. The dense foliage closed in around them, casting eerie shadows under the pale, flickering light of the planet's distant sun. "Stay alert," Emily commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. Her hand instinctively tightened around her pulse rifle. "Captain, over here!" Raj, the team's tech expert, called out, his voice tinged with urgency. Emily hurried over to find Raj kneeling beside two alien figures, an unconscious mother and her child. The mother's skin was a deep shade of blue, mottled with bruises, and her breathing was shallow. The child, no more than 5 years old, clung to her hand, eyes wide with fear. "We need to help them," Elena, the team's medic, said, already pulling out her medical kit. Her hands moved with practiced precision, assessing the injuries and administering first aid. Marcus, the scout, scanned the perimeter, his eyes sharp and focused. "This place is crawling with predators. We need to move them to a safer location fast." Emily nodded, making a swift decision. "Raj, see if you can get any readings on their condition. Elena, stabilize them as best as you can. Marcus, you're on lookout. We move in 10. As the team worked, Emily's mind raced. Who were these aliens, and what had happened to them? The war-torn appearance of their surroundings suggested a recent attack, but by whom? And why? She pushed these questions aside for the moment, focusing on the immediate task at hand. "Captain, these wounds aren't from predators," Raj reported, his voice grim. "They've been shot. Looks like they were running from something, or someone." Elena glanced up from her work, her expression troubled. "They're in bad shape, but I think I can stabilize them. We need to get them out of here and back to the ship." Emily nodded, her resolve hardening. "All right, let's move out. Marcus, lead the way. Raj, keep an eye on the scanners for any signs of trouble. Elena, you're with me." The team moved swiftly but cautiously through the dense jungle, their senses heightened. The eerie sounds of unseen creatures echoed around them, and every shadow seemed to hold a threat. Emily's thoughts kept returning to the aliens. What were they fleeing from? And how were they connected to the larger galactic conflict? They reached a small clearing where their shuttle was hidden. Marcus scanned the area one last time before giving the all-clear. "Looks safe, Captain? Let's get them aboard," Emily ordered, her voice betraying none of the anxiety she felt. They quickly transferred the alien mother and child into the shuttle, securing them in the medbay. As the shuttle lifted off, Emily allowed herself a moment of relief. But it was fleeting. The presence of these aliens on this desolate planet was a mystery that needed solving, and she had a feeling they were only at the beginning of a much larger, more dangerous journey. Emily turned to her team, her eyes steely with determination. "We need to find out who did this and why. And we need to keep them safe. Let's get back to the ship and figure out our next move." The shuttle ascended through the atmosphere, leaving the hostile planet behind. But the questions and the conflict they were now embroiled in loomed large, casting a shadow over their path forward. Emily knew this mission had just become a lot more complicated, and failure was not an option. The discovery of the alien mother and child was just the beginning. The stakes were higher than any of them had imagined, and the true danger was yet to be revealed. The shuttle door had barely sealed shut when the alarm blared. "Incoming hostiles!" Raj's voice crackled over the comms, panic barely restrained. Emily Hayes snapped into action, her instincts honed from years of military service. "Marcus, get us airborne now!" "Raj, where are they coming from?" "North quadrant, closing fast," Raj replied, his fingers flying over the console. The shuttle lurched as Marcus engaged the thrusters, lifting them off the ground just as a swarm of vicious, winged creatures descended upon their previous location. Their screeches filled the air, a chilling reminder of the planet's dangers. "Hang on!" Marcus shouted, maneuvering the shuttle through the dense foliage and away from the attackers. The craft shuddered under the strain, but it held firm. Elena, still in the med bay with the aliens, glanced up. "They're stable for now, but we need to get to the ship quickly. They won't survive another attack like that." Emily nodded, her mind racing. They had to get off this planet and back to the safety of their ship. But the appearance of those creatures so soon after they discovered the aliens couldn't be a coincidence. Raj, can you detect any signals? Anything that might explain why those things were so coordinated? Raj scanned the frequencies, his face tightening with concentration. There's a faint signal, encrypted. It's coming from somewhere on the planet. Can you trace it? Emily asked, her voice urgent. I'm on it, Raj replied, his fingers dancing over the controls. The shuttle climbed higher, leaving the immediate danger behind, but Emily's thoughts were consumed with the implications. Someone was controlling those creatures, and whoever it was, they were still out there. We're approaching the ship, Marcus announced, relief evident in his tone. As they docked, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that they were still being watched. The docking bay doors closed behind them, and the crew quickly transferred the alien mother and child to the ship's more advanced med bay. Elena stayed with the aliens, monitoring their vitals, while Emily, Raj, and Marcus gathered in the control room. We need to figure out who's behind this and why, Emily said, her tone firm. Raj, any luck with that signal? Raj nodded, his face grim. I traced it to an abandoned facility a few clicks from our previous location. It's heavily encrypted, but I managed to get a partial read on it. It's a distress signal, sent repeatedly. Someone wanted us to find them, Marcus said, a hint of suspicion in his voice. But why lead us into an ambush? Emily's mind whirred with possibilities. We need answers. Marcus, prep for a recon mission. Raj, see if you can decrypt more of that signal. Elena, keep me updated on our guests. The team moved with purpose, each member driven by their role and the mounting tension. Emily could feel the weight of their situation pressing down on her, but she knew they had to keep pushing forward. As Marcus readied the equipment for the recon mission, Raj continued his work on the signal, and Elena kept a vigilant eye on the aliens. Emily took a moment to reflect on their journey so far. They were in the middle of a dangerous game, and the stakes were higher than ever. The ship's engines hummed softly, a stark contrast to the chaos they had just escaped. Emily knew the next steps were crucial. They had to uncover the truth behind the signal, protect the aliens, and prepare for whatever came next. The recon mission would be their chance to get answers, but it was also fraught with risk. Emily steeled herself, ready to face whatever lay ahead. They had come this far, and she was determined to see it through to the end. The tension in the air was palpable as the team geared up, each member focused and ready. The mission was clear, but the path ahead was anything but. As the ship's bay doors opened once more, Emily led her team into the unknown, driven by a single purpose: to uncover the truth and protect those who couldn't protect themselves. The facility loomed ahead, its decrepit structure silhouetted against the darkening sky. Eyes sharp, everyone, Emily whispered into her comms. They moved silently, blending into the shadows as they approached the entrance. The air was thick with tension, each step bringing them closer to the truth. Captain, over here, Marcus called softly, waving Emily over to a rusted control panel. He wiped away the grime, revealing a small, blinking screen. This is the source of the signal. Can you get it open? Emily asked, her eyes scanning their surroundings. Marcus nodded, pulling out a toolkit. Give me a minute. As Marcus worked, Raj monitored their perimeter, his pulse rifle ready. Captain, we're picking up movement to the south. Could be more of those creatures. We don't have much time, Emily muttered, her fingers tapping the grip of her weapon. Marcus, status? Almost there, Marcus replied, a bead of sweat trickling down his forehead. With a final twist, the panel clicked open, revealing a hidden data port. Raj quickly connected his portable console, his eyes narrowing as he started decrypting the signal. Inside, Elena remained with the alien mother and child. The child's eyes fluttered open, glowing faintly as she reached out a hand. Mommy, she whispered, her voice trembling. Elena leaned closer, trying to comfort her. It's okay, you're safe here. But the child's eyes turned towards the facility, as if sensing something beyond. Danger, she murmured, her voice echoing with an eerie clarity. Elena's heart skipped a beat. She tapped her comms. Captain, the child is sensing danger. Be careful. Emily's gaze hardened. Understood. Raj, any progress? Got it, Raj said, his screen flashing with decrypted data. This facility was used for experiments, on their kind. Someone's been monitoring and manipulating the environment to draw them here. A low growl resonated from the south. The team froze, weapons raised. We've got company, Marcus said, his voice tense. From the shadows, the winged creatures emerged, their eyes glowing with malicious intent. Emily stepped forward, her rifle aimed. Hold your ground. We protect each other. The creatures attacked, but the team was ready. Pulse rifles fired, illuminating the night with bursts of energy. Emily's orders were clear and decisive, her team moving with synchronized precision. They fought fiercely, the air filled with the acrid smell of burned ozone and the screeches of the dying creatures. In the midst of the chaos, the alien child's psychic abilities surged. Her eyes glowed brighter, and a wave of energy emanated from her, causing the remaining creatures to retreat, howling in fear. Emily's eyes widened in astonishment. What just happened? Raj glanced at the child, awe in his voice. She saved us. Breathing heavily, Emily turned her focus back to the data. We need to find out who's behind this and why. Marcus, secure the perimeter. Raj, extract all the data you can. Elena, keep the aliens safe. As the team regrouped, the child's glow faded, and she slumped back, exhausted. Elena rushed to her side, checking her vitals. She's stable, but we need to get her back to the ship. Emily nodded, her mind racing with the implications of what they had discovered. They were dealing with a powerful, unseen enemy who wouldn't stop until they got what they wanted. All right, we've got what we need, Raj said, disconnecting his console. Let's move out. The team made their way back to the shuttle, the weight of their discovery heavy on their shoulders. Emily's thoughts were a whirlwind of strategy and concern. They had uncovered a piece of the puzzle, but the full picture was still shrouded in darkness. As they lifted off, Emily glanced at the alien child, now resting peacefully. Her psychic abilities were a beacon of hope in this perilous journey. Emily vowed to protect her and uncover the truth, no matter the cost. The shuttle soared into the sky, leaving the hostile planet behind. But Emily knew their mission was far from over. The real battle was just beginning, and they would need every ounce of strength and courage to face what lay ahead. The ship shuddered violently, alarms blaring as Emily Hayes and her team scrambled to their stations. Status report! Emily shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. Incoming fire from a cloaked vessel. Raj replied, his hands flying over the console. They've breached our outer defenses. Emily's eyes narrowed. Brace for impact. The ship lurched again, the deck tilting underfoot. The alien mother and child, secured in the med bay, huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. We need to return fire, Marcus growled, his fingers hovering over the weapon controls. But we can't hit what we can't see. Emily's mind raced. Raj, can you disrupt their cloak? We need to see them to fight back. I'll try, Raj said, his face tense with concentration. He tapped into the ship's systems, sending out a pulse designed to interfere with cloaking technology. Moments later, a sleek, menacing ship materialized on the view screen. There they are, Emily muttered, determination hardening her features. Marcus, fire at will. Pulse cannons roared to life, lighting up the void with brilliant streaks of energy. The enemy's ship shuddered under the barrage, returning fire with deadly precision. The ship's hull groaned under the assault, but Emily refused to back down. Elena, how are our guests holding up? Emily called, her gaze fixed on the battle unfolding before her. They're stable, but scared, Elena replied over the comms. The child keeps saying something about a great danger. Emily's heart pounded. They couldn't afford to lose this fight. Raj, do we have any information on who these attackers are? Cross-referencing the data we recovered, Raj said, his voice tight with urgency. It looks like they're mercenaries, hired to capture or kill the aliens. Emily's mind whirled. We have to protect them at all costs. Marcus, target their engines. We need to disable them. Marcus nodded, his focus unwavering. Aye, Captain. He adjusted the targeting systems and unleashed a concentrated volley at the enemy ship's engines. The enemy vessel shuddered, explosions rippling along its length. Direct hit! Marcus exclaimed. Their engines are down. Let's finish this, Emily said, her voice cold and resolute. All weapons fire! The ship's cannons blazed, tearing through the enemy's hull. The mercenary vessel disintegrated in a fiery explosion, debris scattering into the void. A collective sigh of relief swept through the crew. Good work, everyone, Emily said, allowing herself a brief moment of respite. Elena, how are the aliens? They're okay, Elena replied. But the child keeps saying we're not safe yet. Emily's relief was short-lived. Raj, scan for any additional threats. Raj's fingers danced over the controls. Picking up another signal. It's weak, but it's there. Emily's heart sank. Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We need to get out of here. As the ship maneuvered away from the battle site, Emily turned to her team. We've uncovered part of the plot, but we're still in the dark about who's behind this. We need answers. The alien mother, regaining some strength, stepped forward. I can help, she said, her voice soft but firm. I am part of the resistance against those who seek to control our kind. They won't stop until they have us all. Emily's eyes met hers, a spark of understanding passing between them. Then we'll fight together. We'll uncover the truth and put an end to this. The child, her eyes glowing softly, reached out and touched Emily's hand. We believe in you, she said, her voice echoing with a quiet strength. Emily felt a surge of determination. They weren't just fighting for themselves anymore, they were fighting for the future of both their worlds. Set course for the nearest resistance base, she ordered. We have allies to find and a war to win. As the ship sped through the void, Emily knew their journey was far from over. But with new allies and a renewed sense of purpose, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The real battle had just begun, and together, they would emerge victorious.